the first to know in Nsem-Pii TV.
For Kwame Adinkra Honorable John Darkon, our member of parliament for Swami in Ashanti region, Education and Komo, on behalf of the minority caucus. Na Nsem-Pii bisano say Emra parliament echo asetena. Nanso so Emra na parliament proceedings echo so na yehu say the minority caucus appear ba abonten ababaye press conference. Na enchiremu saying and was say Bekaya somewhere 2023 His Excellency the former president Nana Addo Akufo-Addo say obey introduce a lithium mining agreement be with a Barari DV Ghana Limited. Now I explore and mining a lithium our community be in central region yes a community be was central region and a lithium no you know na Nana Addo Akufo-Addo nhihye no on a company a rich agreement just a percentage piano nanka a bit favor on mine Ghana. Nanso so NDC amanyoko on the floor of parliament 2023 any MPP caucus in parliament ya massa agreement ya Nana Addo Akufo-Addo say on this company rich nanka aboa amaya ayasetenemu atoye no omo amwa ama yentimi ampasse sa agreement na omo asai community ni mu in central region wako catch omo say Nana Addo Akufo-Addo asheda opese ofa o mine sika ena edeko na omumum de omuba ombeze ya bibia pepepe amana favor sa community no ene NDC for aba abamu akaye emre bia yebetu 2024 general elections no John Dramani Mahama bi aba abonten say one China company bi Chinese company bi reach agreement efa Ghana resources won say oba higher percentage and a ebeko ediamasa Chinese company and then John Dramani Mahama buy on the floor of parliament enra sa akwa sa agreement na Nana Addo Akufo-Addo eye to ho no ana mo pese omo sign edeba na so kwa na omo sign di buy no percentage ni nyina no e go in favor of sa company no e wa bra oman no yem benefit in free ho eno na enra minority no e de sa ensem yi e ba betu dwa yenye bre nti ensem Kwame Adinkra no e de gu apon so e fa sa agreement ya NDC for the air bay.
Enra never be NEC parliament. Yes, work up the buy. I know it will be a
But what happened yesterday? My EP press conference. No, lithium mining agreement. Abandoned now, person day. My saying for 2 years negotiate here. Now so NDC for could our parliament. Then say a good year say and Ghana my opinion and Akufo-Addo and na ban negotiating ye omo akoma negotiate to Abama woman. They took the our mining list to Ghanaian people. Based on that, Ghana 4P for Abama Corona na mining a lithium product no to Abama NDC. Now we come back to this year. Now they have reintroduced the same contract, but even in worse form. In the sense that contract be be royalties. Royalties no the na buy any free companies. Royalties are MPP negotiate here no. Say no more say a company ne. Parliament no. They are revising the fiscal provisions in the contract downwards. As you see, Ghana being free lithium mineral product contract is going to make the life of Ghanaians worse. We negotiated better fiscal provisions. And this is for the buy. So, for instance, royalties, you negotiate at 10%. And this is for the 5%. Anything our question now that you acquire now buy almost 10% now say and yet the other number revising it downward at about 5%. This other 5% and that was one of the reasons that we went out, but it wasn't a walkout per se. We went out to address the press on this dangerous mining agreement they want to enter into. So that was one of the issues Parliament. And I think they're very important. Ghana for you now, and this is for born or main.
Because San Komoyi ebaye na amafobri ekaze 10% de anu na ye we agudie na tembia yankasa po entimi entu agudie no anya hu bibi ana yanko papo se bi emetu ya de na ye ton na mfaso ebenya freeze no only 10%. Me sure say honorable Samuel Abujina po nemre so okai me kai say okọ Morocco omoko conference bi o Morocco ma or the koto so say sality on ankasa yenya no Ghana for na ankasa ene betu yemfa ma any foreign partner bia na bi wi etsa then as say nkomo no every 10% about 5%.
Na me say me no be say unia ketwa no maybe I'm having about politics in change. Maybe I am a person to politics cry. Any national issue need like I did see an October 24. But this is because I'm not putting a party hobby. I'm not amicably a casa. I put a Bujinapo, John Jinapo, not a Bujinapo, John Jinapo. In fact, interestingly, what cancer has a Bujinapo rose up to speak against it. Well, Bujinapo was the minister for lands. We negotiated that contract, no. Or no, lane in Parliament, or prevented because of the 137. They prevented us from laying that man. More Muslim Ghana for the same company, no, DVD, no, the same company. The same company contract in foreign company Ghana for they have forgotten their promise to the people of Ghana. West from Krani say they want to negotiate the fiscal policies downwards. Now only Momo read the buy. Almost say, oh, at the time I hear a microphone person sign agreement. Now woman say I may sign. Now lithium price 3,000. This is above from. And this is more better to so. Na senka. Mumma you know almost high agreement at the time now would have locked in the price. Now me answer when I'm according to you, no, once I feel the lithium price is above from they say no. I feel crowned a year royalty. A year 10%. You want to bring it to 5%. I mean, and this is for any kind of phone in a year cry. Now, I not you know, been tears, you don't be tears, and this is for almost banning the Pabay or Moya, any name of Moya more as a mayor. And can do about yourself if you Paminian ma, I know Missy and Trouble, the boyfriend people know because NPP negotiated a better deal. Sadly, we moved their politics for close to 3 years. They took this as an issue to the people of Ghana. The people of Ghana says, okay, said the NDC for can see any event, the better mamu. We are 2 mamu, yeah. Mark back to the same campaign. And the man negotiating the fiscal policies no downwards. Now, say, oh, come and some now, what could travel there, ma? So, if you take the union, I have a baby now.
Yeah.
As I say, these people are making us worse off than we were 2 years ago.
So now, honorable Abanseya, Anamon Bempa, and Ibetu. Also, never know our number discuss our parliament or Abia Yang, watching Yanshan the details of that. And he organized labor for and as for you know, and young for one and two. Idea we are more kind of Sani oil, Sani gold, ABC Sabri. What's the way forward? What do we do? Even not as members of parliament, but as citizens of this country.
We need to rise up. We need to rise up because you see the arguments they made yesterday. Full host. I mean, as in the argument they made last year. Full host. Most say Ghanaians deserve better. I feel the Ghana won't deserve better. Now, anywhere in parliament, when we ask them, say, now more last year this mining agreement move fight against some me and say afei abay the model ban abay west of what has changed when my people catch here almost what has said they have one power, they have majority, and that they can get anything they want. That's what they told us. Ayariga catch here say what has changed is that now they are in the majority, and then you know adia no mo say enye last year no okay 10 never Ghana for whom see enye last year no. Say now so more close, so now say the majority 25. These are the kinds of people we are dealing with. 5 is now good because ND is our power. So what it means is that for us, we will continue to educate the people of Ghana. And at the CAC, once this was going on, the deputy chief whip, he addressed the best press conference. And you organize the media for no ready for us to address them. And why the minister no didn't or no address you press conference and you now organize no, it was just interesting. Or no question of Kokasa and Sakura the now you organize the press no Kokasa. He has realized that we have seen through their issue and that we are going to let the people of Ghana know how we could but the cat is already out. We will continue to educate the people of Ghana. And we also want somebody who questions. Ask them the hard and fast questions. Said you can organize labor and all the other people need to embrace. Because in the end, say it's Chinese agreement we are not in Ghana for yeah. All the fiscal policies are going to be viewed downwards. And people know so.
Okay. Now, honorable, moving forward, minimal Ghana, I'm focus nyame ache ade enti odikanche gold oche ngoko wache diamond wache bauxite wache oil and as say yedru lithium ususu say kwambem pa na ese efaso sanse template na ide ya adwuma nyina no ebisi sabre enshada and transform ye economy enshada and transform ye Ghana ya baraba ya bo lithium say the year him say the way sit here no we are seeing here our boy woman so no eso what you as a lawyer and as a member of parliament also say lithium we kwambem pa na emfaso say ya Ghana near ya wono e wa kurase tunkra no eso beba mfaso e de ama no
what very important. Now, what can be credentials now? What as a lawyer, a member of parliament? In fact, I'm a natural resources law professor. Natural resources law.
And in
terms of natural resources law in that country, I know it just like the back of my hand. Yes, I did. Minka makuma mu yepe do kwemu de eya babu isi yakase yenye ya mining na two things mining no we hear sika now there and you know the first question is as a country do we have the money to do it now? When we look at the history of our state-owned enterprises, a bank could decide to be saved in the business of oil. Attention, now and now must say politics in the that is one major problem. And it's, even if you have the resources, because of political influence and peddling, it will be called down instead. Okay, any other dinner at the Canada. And they all our state institutions, state-owned entities, from GNPC to Ghana Gas to all these institutions. So you ask it, and yet say Ghana for the Indian so because you're quite good to the company barely come back. Yet the politics necessary or minor. And so what normally happens, they say, we look for foreign partners, foreign direct investors, the FDI, and he said, Umu a partner there. Umu not so good music in the ocean. Beya, Uncle for going to meet a young man in Embassy or say, or no, a year a bank to pay our agreement. In most cases, when you have partnerships, it works. Okay, now when there is partnership, what we need to do, and it's a bit it's good terms, okay, and that's right, because we are saying a month for it's a young person say we need to also see council with the baby segment. I don't know about or no energy seeker ever said and in first we negotiate good fiscal terms. Now what normally happens is we are under the section 40 of Act 703. There were what you call carried interest. Now carried interest, no, your loan we have a minimum of 10%, a minimum. If it can be increased, what it means that you can now opinion of a partner in if you bet me I can talk you or no emfa 90%, now emfa 10%. It sounds silly, right? But let's say that's the starting point. Or no 90, me 10. What it means there is about costing 100,000 cities and you did I hear mine in more na. Say any pakon ebetua 90 ebetua 100% ni nyina because ye yam fiesi kan shi mubi because ye 10% ye friend carried and maybe I meet some students be say ye dey akura say akire it would be akire is e be cost 100,000 and ye dey akoye man management ni nyina yen aso man no yen tia kapra o me betua ni nyina o wi a na emfa 100,000 ba umu ebemi 90 ubemi 10%, which is 10,000. Umu afa 90,000. But the catch umu 90,000 umu take to what as umu profiter. You better cost less free will be a cost cost let's say the cost will be spread. If the cost is spread, let's say say umu take 10%, so we declare cost na. And no ebeka umu be 80%, you know, we tax it at 35%. Just as say, if you tax it 80,000 at 35%, you get maybe about 20,000. I don't know that I don't have my phone with me. Sorry, my calculator with me. But you can do that. So you can add a 20 to 10 which now brings your total to say about 30. And so no we are betua PAYs enko from no me adwuma betua PAYs na sign in fact even the first no beti card apart from the carried interest no what we call the royalty. The royalty is total price no total goods no beti card say 5% I give beti card at 10%. 10% I give beti card at. So you add that 5% royalty plus 10% carried interest plus 35% corporate tax. What can we now it becomes the government share. And to Uber, the 100,000 she can to was and factor by Enia. Ubenya at least 40% for Ghana for. That is even when it's 10%. So you can negotiate better. When you maybe even 20%, 20% now almost or take cost in Ghana can sometimes even get to 51% of the profit. And in most cases, so when you good management, now good negotiating terms near, it will benefit you. It is good, and yet completely bad. In fact, we have studied the UAE. That is how they started. And then the last point that we need to understand is that we have to build on reserves. Now you're building experience. Near you corruption for it. That's why I say, and the starting point. You're building experience. The next mine inside near Bekon, we wouldn't need the foreign direct investors. It's It's in go the word you might be. Think you build the capital and you build the experience. And the most important thing, corruption everywhere. We should be able to run everything without the support from outside. In that case, the beer it is sad, and as a Ghanaian, as a politician, it is sad for me to admit, say, in Nsem-Pii, you know, in Nipana, with the corruption, no, and to Kuyama, and dear your money, what is a political party, no more you music, no more, and we are unable to move forward because of corruption. Look, Ghana, you be beer, Hawaii, na a SAS, ye, ne Korea, dream catastrophe, and the project. If we manage to change that, look, you can change the destiny of this country. And you know, sometimes it's not even about having 100% interest in the company, because it would be better to have 1% interest in $1 million company to have 100% share in 1,000 city company. And it is not so much about interest; it's how you manage it, the worth of the investment. And see, but let me summarize it. Corruption, corruption free. You corruption free. Let's say the right people see the management of our natural resources are no. The fiscal terms and also improve, negotiated better fiscal terms area. In the next 5-10 years, no, we should not even be looking for foreign direct investors. We will build capitals and begin to mine our own resources without the help of anybody. Now, we dream catastrophe and look for it. That's the only solution.